Alright, welcome back everyone, it is your Code King Zaf here, and you better drop a like right now, because when I jump in and cover the best build guide for our boy Song JINWOO. Yes, that's right, whether you're a new player, old player, or returning player, this will be the perfect guide for you to make sure your gems, your runes, your artifacts, your stats, and more are all perfect and good to go, to make sure your damage is optimized, right? But I don't want to see in the comments right now, whether you're a free-to-play or paid-to-win player, what is your power right now, and what is your battle tier at? We're at the 160 mark with over 7.6 million power. I am very curious where everyone is at right now, so in the comment section, do let us know. That way, everyone can compare to see if they're behind or if they're meeting the mark, of course. But everyone, I do want to mention very quick, if you want a bunch of free codes like this one right here for 1,000 Essence Zones, and the other codes that are coming out too, for more Essence Zones and Artifact Reset tickets, you want to jump into the link down below in the comment section and support us for free. There is no cost at all. This right here is the free supporter program for Solving Your Eyes. You just go to the link down below in the comment section, you press that juice your red button, this page will come up, then you press that, press yes, and you're done. You are now supporting and you're good to go to get all the brand new codes that are coming out. We have one code right now, if the other one's coming out this week, that'll be sent to your My Page to the top right. This right here is where the codes will go. You just press that My Page button again a few hours after you support, because I send every single code out manually. This page will come up, then you want to scroll down all the way here. You should see my name under my support, because if you don't see your boy Zaf, that means you're not supporting and you're missing out on the free codes. Then you keep going down and boom, receive benefits. This right here is where the codes will go, so do enjoy. But also I do want to mention, if you're a supporter, to join our Discord server, that we get access to our free giveaways. Yes, that's right, we have $200 in giveaways right now that you can jump in and join very easily. Just follow the instructions right here and you can press the enter button and boom, you are good to go. You are now in the giveaway. Beautiful. So make sure you join in, that we don't miss out on the giveaway fun. And a shout out to our top supporters. We have JO right here, we have all you NIDs, we have Mech, and more NIDs too, and the viewers watching the video. Your support means the world, so thank you so much. And a shout out to Glorious Plato, who was the first commenter on our last juicy video. Now again everyone, don't forget in the comment section, do let us know your battle tier and also your power right now, and if you're free to play or pay to win. I'm very curious. But speaking of curiosity, what are the best stats on our boy Song JINWOO, right? Because on his artifact pieces right now, the question I get asked all the time is the main stat right here better be percentage or flat, which I do want to cover right now. So if we jump into his advanced settings right here, when it comes to his helmets, his gloves, and his ring, this applies to JINWOO right now. So for the proper stats on them, you want to go for percentage down below. Yes, that's right. As you can see right now, we have percentage on him, but if we swap to one with the flat stat right here, remember, this one is plus 4% and this one is plus 4 flat. If I equip temporarily, you can see right here, we lose a little bit of attack. Interesting. I do want to mention though, however, although this is better right now, in the coming update, developers have mentioned they're going to reformat our stats, so you want to keep that in mind. If you have artifact reset tickets, you might want to save them for now. That way you're safe for the coming update, where the stat meta may get adjusted yet again, so keep that in mind. I want to make sure our viewers don't waste a single resource. But when it comes to the other pieces right here, what is better, right? Let me jump into our other piece right here. Let me do this right here to go back to regular stats. Let's go to our necklace right there. Boom. We have our necklace right here. We have plus 4% attack. Again, very juicy. But what happens if we swap it this one right here that has more flat attack than percentage? Let me equip it temporarily and whoa, we lose a bunch of attacks. So right now on JINWOO, you want to go for percentage down below regardless of the piece, because right now that is the meta on our boy Song JINWOO. I love it. For the other pieces right here, as I mentioned, for helmets, rings, and gloves, you want to follow the meta right here, where we have percentage down below to maximize on our stats. I love it. Very easy to lose out on attack if you don't follow the proper meta, losing out on damage, which could save you on certain game modes, right? So that's covered right there, but I do want to show you the artifact pieces too, to show you what a perfect JINWOO build could look like, right? So these are the pieces right here. We pretty much have perfect substance on every single piece. We have 2 attack when possible, and for the other pieces right here, we of course have defense spam, we have damage increase and crit rate to make sure stats are maximized. When it comes to pieces right now, like this one right here, there is no better or best when it comes to picking between, let's say, defense spam, crit damage, and damage increase. That is just based on the game mode you're in and the accumulation of all your other stats, because I do want to show you on JINWOO, for example, after I show you all the pieces right here, this is for your reference if, of course, you want to build a perfect JINWOO. Oh, baby, I love that so much. But obviously on JINWOO, this should be percentage, but like I mentioned before, it is getting adjusted where additional could be better yet again. Stay tuned for it. But I should mention, because we're on the topic of stats, for your cores right now, the stats are very easy. You want to go for percentage on every single piece right here, because once the level cap goes up yet again, percentage will reign supreme, right? We have additional right here because the difference is, well, negligible, right? If I swap this one, you can see our power only goes up by a little bit. So for the middle core right here, it doesn't necessarily matter. You'll be fine if you're using anything, but for the bottom core, as I'll show you in a moment right here, you can see our power when we switch to percentage is about to go way up, 15,000. Not too bad, about a 1% increase, but still, that adds up, so make sure you keep that in mind to maximize on your stats, of course, and your power. You want to use the proper stats, otherwise you're going to miss out. But let me jump in now and cover JINWOO and his stats right here, and his stats when it comes to these substats, right? The accumulation on him. You want to right now, when it comes to crit rate, go past the 4,500 mark. Even though that right there is the 50% mark, that is not enough, okay? Because when it comes to the enemies you face, they have hidden crit resistance. That means when you jump in and face a very strong boss, even if you're at the 50% mark, your crit rate will drop to like 25%, for example. That's why you go over crit, to make sure you have bonus crit rate being applied to the boss, even though you're already at the 50% mark based on their crit resistance, alright? Hope that explains that, because I get asked all the time, Zaf, why do you have so much crit rate? Because this right here is actually not enough, so keep that in mind. You want bonus crit, otherwise you are not going to crit on our boy Song JINWOO. Now, if crit rate covered, I do want to mention on crit damage, we kind of want to go for around the 215% mark. That is essentially ideal right now. And for defense spam and damage increase, I go for currently around the 30% mark for both, but it depends on the content you're in, because let's say right now for the guild boss, for the Ant Queen, you want to go for more damage increase or defense spam, so you do want to keep that in mind in order to maximize on your damage. There is no one clear cut for stats right here. You want to do it based on the game mode you're in, and not just a universal build, but this right here will pretty much carry you in most content modes. If your stats look like this, you should be good to go. But if you want to get that extra factor, you want to make sure you optimize that way you get the right damage result. But speaking of right damage and stats, on JINWOO right here, for stats, I do want to mention there is no correct loadout right now. It is based on the content you're doing and also where you're at in the game currently. So on JINWOO right now, yes, we have all strength, but this is not correct, because sometimes, for example, we go mostly intelligence. Wait, Zaf, we run intelligence? Why would you do that? Well, when it comes to JINWOO in a lot of game modes, he is just a glorified support. Yes, I know. He is just a measly support in the game right now. Like these game modes right here, if we go to our weekly game modes like a guild boss and the power of calamity, if you want insane damage numbers like this right here, where we have 1 trillion damage on a single game mode, what the heck? Only using one team, you can see on JINWOO, we have the Moon Shadow and of course the Grimoire, because he is just a support hunter. I know, it's shocking, but right now on JINWOO, this is his loadout. He is pretty much being forced to be a support hunter. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it works. So right now on JINWOO, there is no global stat loadout. Again, it is based on the content you're running. So on JINWOO, usually, right? Usually if you use the damage healer, you want to go for these sets right here. You want to go for around, again, I'm giving you kind of more like averages or estimates towards what your stats should be like. You want to go for around the 200, let's say 20 intelligence mark right here. That way you're good to go. And you want to put the rest into strength, or you can put put some stats into perception as well. That is only if your power is not in the red, because if your power is in the red, your precision stat is pretty much useless. So you want to keep that in mind. If your power is in the white, you can have a bit of this right here, that being precision. To boost up your minimum damage amounts, I usually go for around, let's say 150 in a stat right here, and the rest in the strength, because right now, when it comes to our strength stat up top here, we are getting diminishing returns. The higher it goes, the less attack we gain, because let me show you. We get 3387 right here, but if I reset it and I put in, let's say 10, we get a lot more than we would otherwise get as we keep going up and up and up. Remember, we got 58, but now let me show you. We have 1020. If I press right here, we don't get 58 anymore. We got 47, which is much less. So putting it all in attack isn't the best right now, but if you're new to the game, just go all attack all the time. That is all you need. But once you go to the mid game and late game, you want to adjust your stats accordingly to intelligence and perception to make sure your skills can be spammed, and also your minimum damage amounts do go up, because that is what precision is all about. All right, so that's the stat right there. But I do want to mention again, for JINWOO's artifact pieces right now, you want to of course go for the brand new set, that being the Architect's Blue Poison. But for various game modes, like I mentioned before, you do want to go for a supportive loadout, right? Like the Arrogance set right here, or even the Greed set for our win team, because they need a lot of crit being applied, and also sometimes we get the bonus already. So the Greed set and also the Arrogance set, but also the Commission set too, are very good on our boy JINWOO to apply the right buffs when he needs to be a glorified support hunter and not the Shadow Monarch we know all too well. Now, with that covered, I do want to jump in and show you our gems, because gems are very important, because they impact our stats and our power as well, right? So in the brand new tab right here, that being the relic tab, we want to go to our gems. That way you can see what we're running right now, and the answer is, well, it's very simple, right? For our blue gems right here, HP percentage is the way to go, and for our red gems right here, you want to go attack percentage all the time, and for the green gems, you guessed it, you want to go percentage offense, and we are good to go. But what about the orange and the purple gems here? Well, right now, the purple gem meta might be a bit adjusted. For me right now, I'm pretty much running all mana consumption, because based on the brand new successor, mana consumption might be better than running mana, but again, we'll cover that later on. Right now, you can run a mix of both, or you can go mana consumption reduction all the time. That is pretty much what I have right here. If we jump out, we have mana consumption reduction all the way through. Again, it's up to you. It's kind of hard to get it all maxed out, so going additional mana isn't all that bad. But when it comes to the orange gems, this right here is where things get, well, a little bit confusing, right? Because there's so many stats to choose from. You have crit damage, defense spent, and precision, and it is based on the content you want to complete, right? Let's say, for example, you like doing the Power of Calamity, you want to go defense spend right now, that is the ideal stat. But when it comes to guild boss currently, crit damage is the way to go, because damage increase is a meta, and we don't have any damage increase gems. But you can go for more of a balanced approach like me. We do have a lot of crit damage right now, not too much defense spend right here, but we do have a bit of precision as well. That is because I'm pretty much doing all pieces of content in the game where I don't really have a specific niche right now, due to the fact that we do guides on every single type of game mode out there. But I do want to mention very soon, you can jump in and unequip your gems. Yes, that is right. You can swap out the gems very soon. That's how we have B rank gems currently, because I don't see a need to kind of swap these in and out. We have some A ranks I can obviously make, but I don't feel like that's the best move for me. But very soon, based on I believe the June or July update, we will be getting the brand new unequip and equip feature for our gems. But also we have new gem tiers coming out as well very soon, so get ready for it. Gems right now can be hit or miss on the orange side, because the meta will adjust based on the brand new ones, and also the unequip and equip feature. But for Myro, I do want to mention, her stats do matter when it comes to your gems as well. Her stats directly relate to the gems you have. So I do want to mention right here that defense spend is pretty much the only stat that's important on her. So for Myro's max damage output, From my understanding right now, you do want defense pen on her. Otherwise, for crit damage, you don't really need anymore. She has around a 215% base crit damage amount, which is more than enough, and you don't want any other stat right here. So defense pen is the way to go. That way Myra's damage goes up, because the more defense pen you have, the more damage you'll end up dealing, due to the fact that she has nothing as it stands right now, which is very good for the guild boss and also the power of calamity. So those are the gems right there. Again, a warning to not really mess with them right now, because in the coming updates, we can swap them in and out, but you want to go percentage all the time to maximize on your power, because if we jump into our shadows, look at this right here, we have 1.96 million power, but how do we do that, right? That's because percentage gems right now, they scale with our shadows too. Trust me, it matters. You want to jump in and swap out your gems for the percentage variant, because not only for our hunters and JINWOO, if we jump back right here, it doesn't matter, because if we jump here, let me go to attack 1 here, and let's swap out for additional attack. It shows you the power you lose, and we pretty much lose power across the board, and that applies to our shadows as well. The rank here does not matter, B or A rank, it doesn't influence this much power, because percentage right now is the better option, right? So if you want to maximize on your shadows, go percentage. That way you'll see a massive, and I mean massive, power gain as well. But when it comes to our shadows, since we're on it, what are the best shadows in the game to use? Well, Igris is the easiest one right now, due to the fact that it's bonus right here, that being its Shadows Authority is bonus crit rate, and we need crit rate across every single game mode out there, making him for one of the most versatile shadows for hunters and JINWOO. He is the ideal choice right now. But another shadow I do want to mention is our girl Bestie. Yes, that is right. Her Shadows Authority giving us Fence Pen is very, and I mean very OP. And this right here, when it comes to her skill, giving us bonus offense penetration of 10% as well, making her very strong. So right now when it comes to Bestie and Igris, there are best choices for the main Shadows Authority. But of course I do want to mention there are other shadows out there giving us fantastic skills too. One of them being our boy Skull, giving us a stackable, yes, stackable shadow set, a stackable defense reduction. You might say, Zafway, that's 5%. What about Eros, right? Eros gives us, I believe, 20% right here. Isn't he better? No. On Sung JINWOO, he is not better, because this right here does not stack with Shadow Step, where Shadow Step already gives us 60%. This right here does not stack. It doesn't even get applied, so make sure you don't run Eros on Sung JINWOO. You can run Skull, for example. You can run Bessie for the passive here, and you can run other shadows like Serbi or Biru. Serbi, as you know right now, the bonus 5% damage taken on target is a permanent buff, which is so, and I mean so juicy. One of the best shadows we have across many game modes like the Power of Calamity. He is a very good option, right? Just like Biru right here. Biru's is not too bad as well. It's pretty much like Min's bonus, the punishment effect, but the issue is it's only 20 seconds, so not really ideal. But we also have Brute as well, giving us 20% bonus attack. If I can find it somewhere here, there we go. 20% attack for 10 seconds. Honestly, if you time it correctly, it is the best option. So these shadows right here are your best bets too. Get bonus damage on JINWOO and your hunters as well, where Bestie and Igris are pretty much the best choices for the Shadows Authority. Very juicy indeed. Now, because we were talking power, I do want to mention there's one other source of power that is honestly very juicy. We're talking this girl right here. She is known as Myro, and she's the current only successor in the game. Whoa, I'm having double vision right now. Yeesh. Anyways, when it comes to Myro, her power bonus is insane. You have two options when it comes to JINWOO and Hunter modes. You can pick the Remnant, or you can jump in and pick a Successor, which gives you double the power currently. We have 1.2 million power on Myro, which is just crazy if you ask me. The amount of power we gain from her is intense, right? So Myro for the bonus power is ideal, but the issue is to max her out, she is 100% pay to win. So if you're free to play, you have other options out there. The best option is, of course, the Remnant Power, and that is our boy Rock Passa. He is ideal due to the fact that we get breaks applied ASAP, but when it comes to our remnants, honestly, they all pretty much apply the same bonus on JINWOO, so it's up to you. I prefer Rock Passa, his effect is so much quicker, but Baron is pretty much the second best option, with Yawgmoth being the worst one out there. His skill takes like half a year. I mean, he looks old as heck, so kinda makes sense he's gonna be slow. But right now, Yawgmoth is not ideal. On JINWOO, you want to go Rock Passa first or Baron, but of course, Myro takes the cake. For the bonus 650,000 power, we get Honor, which is honestly just insane. But I do want to jump in and cover one other power source, that being the Armory tab right here. The Armory tab is a pretty good way to get power as well, but because of all the buffs we've gotten so far on JINWOO, our Hunters, and the brand new Successor system, we're not getting too much power from this right here anymore, which is a little bit unfortunate, right? But I do want to mention, to maximize your power, you want to upgrade every single node at the same time, right? You want to go, for example, the 222 upgrade, then 333, then 444 for every single tab right here. But once you reach a certain point, it is more efficient to upgrade it all the way, and that's this point right here. Once you reach the 5 mark, you want to go from 5, then you want to go to 6, and then 7, because if we jump into the 7 upgrade cost, it goes from 70 all the way to 30. So if you max them all out to 6, that's kind of dumb, right? You want to go from 5 to 6 and 7 for way of a cheaper cost. It is so much better. So keep that in mind right now. To get more of your marks of time, you want to upgrade from 5 to 6 to 7 to maximize on your power potential. Very simple. And to get easy SSRs right here, you want to go for the event weapons. Honestly, advancements don't give you too much power. Just unlock the node and you're good to go. So get these SSRs in and unlock the nodes here to get the bonus power, of course. But I do want to jump in and cover now on the topic of weapons, the best weapons for our boy Sung JINWOO. Yes, that is right. When it comes to his best weapons right now, the best supportive loadout, as you already know, is the Moon Shadow and the Grimoire, but you can swap out the Moon Shadow for the Stormbringer as well, right? The Grimoire, pretty much for the A1 bonus right here, is one of the best support weapons out there. The 24% elemental weakness damage taken on a target is very, and I mean very OP. So you want to run it that way. You get the bonus damage coming in, and for the Stormbringer, again, very simple. You get bonus damage on a target as well, giving you increases of damage taken. And for the Wind Team 2, very juicy. And for the Moon Shadow, I don't even need to explain it. The bonus damage right here, although it is pretty much in a 3-second duration, is still very OP because it stacks up to 3x, which is very, and I mean very strong. But recently, honestly, the Huntsman has been pretty good too, where of course you can apply the Destroyer effect, giving you 8% bonus damage taken on a target per stack. Not too bad at all. It is harder to use, but honestly, it is a very good weapon, so you want to keep that in mind. For bonus damage right now, the Huntsman is not obsolete, but when it comes to other game modes for specific elements and damage dealing, the fire category is very simple. It is the weaker elemental weapon type right now, but the fan and also spear, this combination is fantastic. And then we of course have the Neos War. This one isn't too bad for bonus damage and defense penetration as well. If we jump in all the way down here, we should see that bonus coming in if I can find it. We do get bonus 16% defense penetration on the target. Very juicy, right? So this weapon right here is pretty much circumstantial. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. But these two weapons right now are staples for the bonus damage we get. Very juicy, and the break switch are more or less obsolete right now. So we do want a brand new overload weapon for the fire category, but if we jump in and cover water, same thing. There's pretty much only 3 weapons that are viable. We have the Grimoire for the debuffs. However, for bonus damage on JINWOO, the Allen's Orb and the Winter Fang are the way to go to get bonus damage, of course, in the water category. The only 2 weapons right now that matter. The Scatty does not matter at all. The bonus damage on it is non-existent, so you want to keep that in mind. But for the wind category, pretty much 2 weapons. Wow, the wind category has no real weapons right now. We have 1, 2 event weapons and 3 kind of usable ones. Kind of lackluster if you ask me, but we do have a brand new Overload wind weapon coming out very soon. But right now on JINWOO, the best combination is the Demon King's Daggers and of course the Stormbringer to get bonus damage on our boy. This combination is great, but if you don't have the DKD, honestly the longsword is okay, but the DKD is where to go, unless you want a bunch of shields, because I don't know why, the Demon King's longsword, wow, the amount of shields you get on it are insane. You're pretty much unkillable. Oof, that is a lot of shields being applied. But that covers wind too. When it comes to light, very simple. You want pretty much the quarterstaff and of course the sword of the hero. If you're lacking the hero sword, you're gonna be fine. You have the brand new weapon of course, that being the Phantom Blade, giving you bonus crit rate, crit damage, and other stats too. Overall, not too bad, but the best combination right now is this right here with the sword, if you have it. If you don't, this right here will work out too. But you can use the Huntsman as well for a bit of bonus damage, but the other 2 weapons here are essentially obsolete. They're not really good anymore, so I wouldn't really bother with it. But in the dark category, very, very simple. The Moon Shadow for a support damage boost. But when it comes to JINWOO and its damage output, you want the Winchester Oak right here to give us a bunch of core attack damage, but also on JINWOO, you want for the dark category the Overload weapon, the Transfiguration Key, the best weapon for JINWOO right now, due to the fact that it is the only Overload weapon, which we desperately need. We need new ones for every single category. These type of weapons help us out so much. You get bonus damage on a target. When it comes to the brand new Overload mechanic, I love it. Now, because we are talking about Overload, I do want to jump in and cover our skills right here, because our skills are obviously one of our main, no, they are not our main damage source. They're pretty much just buffing skills right now. We are going to get a buff to our skills in a bit when it comes to bonus damage, because developers have kind of realized on JINWOO, his skills are essentially useless, right? We pretty much use the same skills over and over again to get bonus damage on a target, like the Vacuum Wave, one of the best skills right now, and of course Cold Ice, oh baby. The bonus damage we get, again, very juicy. But the Overload skills too, these ones right here for the bonus Overload accumulation is very nice, trust me, right? Although these skills don't deal any damage, honestly, the buffs right here are very good. The Dark one in particular, when it comes to a 150% core attack increase, which works perfectly with the brand new Winchester Oak, this one is very viable. The other ones right here, yeah, the fire one is okay. The water one is kind of meh right now. Crit damage is okay, but our weapons already give us a bunch of crit damage, and our water skills are pretty lackluster overall. We have some, but crit damage isn't the most necessary stat. The light one is kind of mid too. Overall, the dark one right here is the only viable one to get the Transcendent, because all of them give us the medium elemental accumulation, which is all we need, right? So keep that in mind. These skills right here are pretty mid, minus the dark one. The other ones right here are okay, but the light and also the wind one, yeah, kind of mid overall. But the other skills we use, Mag Slash, I mean, sometimes we use it for bonus damage in the dark category. This skill is our best dark damage dealing skill. We have other skills too, like Dispersion, it's okay, but I'd rather go for the Overload skill right here. These two in conjunction are perfect for dark category, but the other skills besides Dagger Toss for both the fire and also the light categories here, which we don't really use so often. These skills right here for the Battlefield of Time, sometimes usable, sometimes not. This one too for the Battlefield of Time, that being the runes I'm covering. But these skills right here, Crossfire, yeah, Battlefield of Time. But these skills right here for JINWOO game modes, we hardly, if ever, use them. The kick though, the fire one right here, oh baby. The bonus damage we get, don't get me started. The amount of damage we can output is so nice on JINWOO. So these skills are pretty much the only ones we use, but I do want to mention the brand new skill meta is coming out, where we should get brand new buffs to our skills currently, making them more viable. And for the ultimate, as you know, obviously right now for ultimate skill, these ones are the most viable, with dark and fire being the best, with water and light being the second tier, and wind right now kind of being the middest of them all, due to the fact that we don't really need wind damage on JINWOO currently, but for the dark category and the fire category, these two right here give us so damage. I love to see it. And for our QTEs as well, if we jump in and cover it, honestly, Thunderstorm is the only one you want to max out, and Collapse Surge too. These two are pretty much our main damage dealers, and for the other category, all these ones right here give us no damage, minus Foreshadow. So these skills right here are the only ones you want to consider when it comes to ranking them up to the Transcendent mark, of course. But now let me jump in and cover our Blessing Zones too. There is a lot here that we consider our staples, right? We have Reawakening, one of the best in the game. This one giving us cooldown reduction. Don't get me started, it is so OP. And we have Bullets too. This one reducing the target's defense. Oh, for every single game mode out there, you want to run it, otherwise you will regret it. And Sharp Perception too, to get bonus damage on JINWOO. This one right here for the bonus crit rate is a must. Going past the 50% limit, it is one of the juiciest ones in the game to ensure JINWOO crits and that he gets the proper damage off. But the other ones right here that I do want to mention, you pretty much have options when it comes to what you want to run, because we have other supportive ones, right? We have Weir One, for example, which is perfect for the guild boss and the Power of Calamity. This makes for the perfect combination, but the other ones we use sometimes, right? I do use Swiftness myself for the bonus dashes. It's more of a skill issue blessing sound. Oh man, that's too funny. It is a skill issue one though. You don't need to use it, but it does help out if you want to dash a lot and kind of be safe to get your shadow steps off. For the guild boss, for example, a very good option. But for the battlefield time right now, the meta is very simple. We have Ricochet and Tidal Demon Slayer for the bonus mana translating to a bunch of attack, very nice. And the other ones we have here too, Acrobat and Power Surge. Oh baby. These ones in combination for the battlefield time, very, very juicy. But for also regular game modes, we do use Power Surge as well. That is if, of course, you don't get hit, because if you get hit and your HP drops below the 100% mark, you're losing out on all that attack, so you want to keep that in mind. But the other ones we sometimes use is Weakness Detection. I mean, sometimes, right? And sometimes, rarely, Pulverize. Maybe once in a while, Mana Rampage. These ones we don't use too often, like Finisher's Touch. Again, very, very, very rarely do we use those right there. But ones I do want to mention that are very juicy are the defensive ones that do help out. I do recommend running, for example, right here, we have Life, a bonus 50% shield for 1 minute, very OP. We of course have the Weapon Shield too. The Weapon Resonance, one of my favorites right now, giving you easy shields all the time. And we have Kasaka Seal Scales, dropping the damage we get, and also giving us bonus shields too. And this one as well, we have Dual Guard coming in, giving us shields and also bonus defense, which is a very good combo, alongside aggressive defense, giving us constant shields, even though they're actually kind of low, right? It does help out a bit, so you can run these and you're good to go to get the proper shields and the proper defense. But I do want to mention for daily quest completion, if you're someone who dies, this one is pretty much the best in the game to make sure you don't waste your time and that you survive as easily as possible. Now, I do want to jump in and cover the cores too. For our cores, I mentioned these stats, right? You want to go percentage up top here. Percentage is the best to get bonus power, as I showed you before. If we swap into percentage boom, we get a bunch of power coming in. But when it comes to the actual cores, which ones you want to use and which stats you want to focus on, right? When it comes to top core right here, the best one is the Ferocious Protector's Desire, giving us crit rate of 10%. This one is instantly the best for JINWOO, and pretty much almost every hunter in the game, you want to run this one and you'll be good to go with the percentage attack stat for JINWOO and our hunters as well. But when it comes to these substats right here, they are based on your accumulated stats, based on your artifacts that you're wearing, okay? There is no global substat right here. You can go crit damage, defense spend, damage increase, crit rate, mana consumption. All these stats work depending on the build you're running and the stats you already have. But on JINWOO, this core right here is the best, and this core as well, giving you shields when it comes to your skills based on your attack scaling much better. This one is okay, but I don't recommend it. It's based on your HP, which means a lower shield for pretty much the same cooldown timing, because your ultimate comes up like around every 40-ish seconds, so this one right here is ideal, with the bottom core depending, right? This one, which obviously lowers your mana consumption, but this one as well, giving you bonus power gauge for ultimate, one of my favorites right now. If you don't need mana, this one right here is the way to go. But with that said, let me jump in and see here, are we missing anything else? I do want to cover hunters too. When it comes to supports on JINWOO, there's pretty much something you have to realize right now. The supported category is kind of split up to, I guess, supports and also these stackers right here. Because on JINWOO, because on JINWOO, whenever you're running into a battle, you want to have one of these stackers right here for the respective elements, right? And I do want to mention Igris with the helmet, or Cyan with the helmet. Oh man, that is what we call juicy. But for every element right now, you want to jump in with the Overload Hunter on your team, that being for a JINWOO Sport loadout, and then the rest is kind of, well, it is up to you, right? For the supports in the game right now, I mean, for light category, Laura is great, and also for Infinite Water category, fantastic. But we also have, of course, Elena, who is the preferred water user right now, due to the fact that her passive right here, let me show you, her passive is so OP, giving us 25% bonus crit rate and 32% bonus crit damage on JINWOO the second we spawn in. Yes, that is correct. If we go to Feral Gaze right here, if we scroll up, we get it as we spawn into the battle. You can see Feral Gaze right here. The entire team gains it at the start of the stage, and it gets buffed up like crazy at the A5 mark. Oh, baby. One of the best ones out there. Min is also a very good support. The other supports right here, they're kind of... we don't use them too often. Malin, yeah, Isla 2 we use her as well, but it pretty much depends on the elements you're jumping into. So we have one Overload Hunter, and then we have one good support like Furin for the shields, or Alana for the crit rate crit damage as well. And then you can use like Laura, for example, or other hunters giving you bonus damage taken on target. There's pretty much a wide variety of hunters you can use, but the strikers we don't use as a support. You could use them to get more power if you want, right? Because JINWOO modes do use your hunter power, so you can swap in one of these hunters here to get bonus power in that game mode if they're advanced up. But for the supportive skills, I mean, maybe Silver Mane, his is okay. Giving you bonus attack, not too bad, but overall, not too many good hunters in here for the supportive capabilities. Yuso Hunes is okay defense, but not too bad. Chaz as well for the effect right here. Unrecoverable too, overall not too bad as well. But usually when you jump into a game mode, you'll follow a guide showing you the best hunters to use for that specific game mode, of course. But everyone, with all that said, that should cover the best tips and tricks and build and stats and everything, right? For our boy JINWOO, I covered every single thing, if you know. So everyone, please make sure right now, if of course you enjoy the video, because I think this video right here is like an hour recording or something like that. Oh gosh, a pretty long video. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But everyone, very important, don't forget to get your free codes like thousands of juicy essence zones and other codes that are coming out. To jump into the link down below in the comment section and press that juicy red button. Remember, supporting is 100% free. To get all those codes sent directly to you, we have one code right now with a bunch more coming out that I want to make sure all our viewers get. And also don't forget about our Discord server. We have $200 in giveaways right now that you can jump in and enter, so make sure that you don't miss out on the giveaway fun. But on that note, this was your juicy Code King Zaf signing out. I'll catch you very soon in our next juicy video, of course.